Hello everyone, I am Divya Verma, teacher of Social Studies, Class 7, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Students, in this video lecture, we are going to talk about the subject Geography. So, the first chapter of Geography is Environment. As we all have to relate this chapter with our daily life, so let us start the chapter Environment. So, as students, you must be knowing what is environment. So, environment is refers to the surroundings in which living and non-living things exist. Means the surroundings which consist of natural as well as man-made elements like humans, air, water, land, everything comes under environment. So here let us see the types of environment, or we can say the components of environment. So there are three components of environment: natural, man-made and human. Now let's start with the term natural environment. So natural environment is a type of environment that comes in its existence by its own or naturally, means without the interference of humans. The natural environment consists of biotic as well as abiotic factors. Now let's see what are biotic and abiotic factors. So let's first talk about the abiotic factors. So abiotic factors refers to the non-living components, means on the basis of the characteristics and the state, abiotic factors are divided into lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Now, firstly, let us understand the term lithosphere. So, lithosphere we can say is the solid rock surface of the earth, and the lithosphere can be divided into oceanic lithosphere and the continental lithosphere. Means whatever the solid rock surface is present on the earth is the lithosphere. Now let's understand the oceanic lithosphere and the continental lithosphere. So, the oceanic lithosphere refers to the oceanic crust, while the continental lithosphere refers to the continental crust. You can see in the diagram present on the screen. The continental crust is more thicker than the oceanic crust, means the average thickness of the continental crust is about 35 to 40 kilometer, while average thickness of the oceanic crust is about 7 to 10 kilometers only. Understood? Now let's see what are they made up of. So the continental crust is made of the layers of granite, means the sedimentary and the metamorphic rocks that forms the continent, and the oceanic crust is basically made of the igneous rocks called basalt. Understood? So these are the rocks of which these crusts are made up of. Now, as you know, the lithosphere provides, or we can say it covers, the existence of the living beings such as plants, animals and human beings. It provides land for building human settlement, even it provides soil for agriculture, and this lithosphere, means this land, also provides us with various minerals as raw material for industries, and also provide us natural gas and crude oil. So lithosphere is of vital use for human survival. Understood? Now let's see the term hydrosphere. So hydrosphere refers to the water present on the earth's surface, as it consists of all the water bodies including rivers, ocean, lakes and all, and it covers nearly 71% of the earth's surface. And the largest water body on the earth are the oceans. Oceans are used for water transport, even they link the continents and play an important role in determining the climate of a region. So this hydrosphere covers all the water bodies like lakes, oceans, rivers, seas, etc. And rivers and lakes are important freshwater bodies that provide us with potable water that we can drink. These water bodies are vital for the survival of human beings. Now, let's talk about the term atmosphere. Atmosphere is the mixture of gases that surrounds the earth. The atmosphere sustains life by providing different life supporting gases on our earth. It protects the earth from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun and regulates the temperature of the earth also. Therefore, the earth is habitable for all the living beings. So these were some types of abiotic factors. Now let's talk about the biotic factors. So biotic factors refers to all the living organisms present on the earth. Biotic factors are dependent on abiotic factors such as land, water and air, and these biotic factors comprises of the biosphere. What is biosphere here? Plant and animal kingdom together makes the biosphere or the living world. And these, when all plants and animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings and are interdependent on each other, this forms an ecosystem. The living organisms in the biosphere can be further divided into parts that are producers, consumers, and decomposers. Now, what are these? So, the producers, or we can say the autotrophs, prepare their own food using sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. All the green plants and algae comes under these producers category. Now, what are consumers? So, consumers are the living organisms that are not able to produce their food on their own, or we can say they are heterotrophs. Human beings, all animals, reptiles, and birds are called consumers, and these consumers can further be classified into herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. So, what are these? Plant eater animals, or we can say plant eaters such as goats, cows, camels, and other such animals are herbivores. Then flesh such as tigers, lions, etc. are carnivores. Then the living organisms that consume both herbivores are known as omnivores. Like human beings are example of omnivores. Understood? Now what are decomposers? The organisms that lead to the decay of dead animals and plants are known as decomposers. Like the organisms such as bacteria, fungus, etc. fall into these decomposers category. Understood? So these are the parts of the biotic factors. Now let's talk about the another type of component, that is the man-made component. So man-made component is a type of environment that consists of all the things that are made by humans, like buildings, roads, bridges, temples, monuments, etc. Okay, now let's talk about the another type of component, that is the human component, or we can say the human environment. So the human environment refers to all the human beings, its traditions and their activities, like such as construction of buildings and their customs and their traditions. This all comes under human environment. Understood? Now if we talk about the human environment, like early humans lived in harmony with nature. Yes, means in the course of time, due to the progress in science and technology, human life changed radically. Means people set up industries. Yes, they cleared forest for mining, they set up factories, they set up big buildings, even they cleared forest for minings and lumbering and agriculture, and even for the expansion of cities. So these setting up of more of industries, clearing of forest led to the degradation of environment, or we can say leads to the pollution. Means this pollution increase with increase in industries, vehicles and population, which therefore led to the degradation of environment. Means the pollution has led to the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide, that has in turn led to global warming. So here what is environmental degradation? Environmental degradation is a result of socio-economical, technological, and institutional activities which occur when Earth's natural resources are depleted. These resources which are affected include water, air, soil. Even the degradation also impacts our wildlife, plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. So, this is what environmental degradation is that has to be stopped. Now, let's see. So, what is global warming? Global warming refers to the rise in average temperature of the Earth atmosphere. Means rise in temperature is also causing the polar ice caps and glaciers to melt, that is resulting in the rise of sea level. Means this pollution has led to the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide that has in turn led to global warming. Now, as deforestation is happening, deforestation has caused a threat to animal and plant life also. Means some animal and plant species have already become extinct and some are on the verge of extinction. So, in order to stop this degradation of the environment, we should take some preventive measures, or we can say judicious use of natural resources should be done. Use of renewable resources, renewable energy resources such as wind energy, solar energy, recycling of waste should be done effectively so that we can stop the degradation of environment. So this is our duty towards our environment. Okay, student. So this was chapter number 1 of environment. Hope so you understood very well the chapter. Now you have to read the chapter again from your LR as well as your NCRT book and try to fill up the exercises. Thank you, students.